Maddie and you're watching Tone Deaf TV. I'm here with Honor and Mason from Cerebral Ballzy. How's it going, guys?
Sweet.
Sweet.
Chilling.
It is so nice to see musicians that are actually drinking alcohol and smoking at a festival. Everyone's been very, very well behaved.
That sucks.
It's for a metal festival, for a rock and roll festival, everyone's been ridiculously well behaved.
We don't really.
The tamest metal festival you've seen?
Everyone's been very well behaved in front of the media, which I guess...
We don't really belong here. Yeah. But we're here, and we shred. And we belong here, but we don't belong here. You get it. You get it down deep inside. In your loins.
Very deep. So this is your first Soundwave?
Yeah.
How are you finding it?
Sweet. It's sick. You know, we've been dying to get to Australia for a while now. And a lot of kids in Australia are down with our first album. We just finished our second, and it'll be coming out later this year.
Yeah. The Australian fans are rad. The people are
Yeah.
super rad. But
You know,
the weather's been great. It's been like a summer vacation.
you know, the longboarders here don't really like this that much, but the skateboarders do. Yeah. And that's rad.
Yeah, I read your interests include 80s punk, pizza, skateboarding, drinking, and girls. Have you guys actually had the chance to get to any skate spots while you've been here?
Not so much. We've been busy as fuck, but
Yeah.
we pushed around for a bit the other day. I don't know. There's so much shit to skate in Australia. It's insane. We've been like crying the whole time.
We've been driving by it in the bus and just like, oh my god, I need to skate this.
There's
but
like banks everywhere. There's fucking ledges galore. Australia is fucking sick to skate.
So you have definitely one of the more interesting names on the bill and one of the hardest ones to say fast 4 times. How did you come up with it?
A friend of mine dropped a pizza slice on the train tracks in 2008, and it was a joke. And I was just like, that was ballsy, man. We're just like, we looked at each other, cerebral ballsy, man. And it just stuck. In New York on the subway, there's like all these cerebral palsy ads because of like, you know, malpractice lawsuits. So, I don't know, it's just like, it's kind of a New York thing.
I would say a good 50% of our jokes are based off New York City subway ads.
Our cerebral palsy is like your Brian, you know? Yeah. Poor Brian. Poor Brian. R.I.P. Brian. Poor Brian.
Brian's very hard up. He's like, he's dead. He's on the cover of every cigarette packet.
Yeah. Poor Brian.
I just miss the old Marlboro white
packets.
packets.
Of him, I don't think, you know?
We're American boys. That's what we're about.
Now, you guys have done a whole bunch of festivals. You've done Reading, you've done Leeds, you did Summer Sonic in Japan. How did you find Japan to be? By all accounts, it's insane.
Japan is rad. Yeah, it's a different place. People are amazing there. We've met fucking great people there. And everywhere, you know? And there's a lot of douchebags everywhere too, and we seep through them, but Japan's rad. And, you know, there's the cultural differences, being like an interracial punk group in fucking Japan.
Got a lot of weird stares.
But dude, like, there's a couple of dudes that we met that were like ready to pass out and shit. There's kids waiting for us at the airport and shit. We were like,
yeah, it was
Japan?
crazy.
It was sick.
We played to like 6,000 people, and it was the weirdest thing. The whole crowd would be going all nuts during like every song, and then right when we stop, it'd be dead silent. They're just like sit at attention, and it was just like, it was like they were in class or something. It was ridiculous. Yeah. You like could have heard a pin drop. It was nuts.
Well, I've heard that like when bands play stadium shows over there, when it's finished, they'll all stand up and exit row by row. Yeah. All very polite, very unpunk. Usually it's just you boot whoever you can in the face and just get out.
I think it's kind of punk because they're just like, I'll stick to myself.
They were like the nicest, most down to earth, like chillest people. They're super happy to be there. I think more festivals should be like Japan.
I see the like, you know, the konnichiwa mentality, very punk. It's just like, I want to stick to myself, you know, and care about what I want to care about.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is rad.
Now, I read somewhere that you covered the Stone Roses song, I Want to Be Adored.
Yeah.
Massive Stone Roses fans?
I'm a big Stone Roses fan, yeah, we are. You know.
We listen to all sorts of stuff in the band. You'd be surprised by our taste. It's super different.
We've only covered 2 songs, Stone Roses, I Want to Be Adored, and the Zombies, Tell Her No.
Good choices. Definitely good choices.
We don't want to be the punk band that comes out and plays the Misfits cover. You know, like, all right, dude, I've heard this shit before. And we're not going to do it as good, you know? Like, come on, man, we can't beat that.
And you can hear the sound of an entire crowd's eyes rolling. Like, really?
The lame dudes right in the front are like, yeah, I love this song. It's the only one I know.
But they all have the Misfits gloves on. There's always the gloves.
I think that might be an Australian thing.
Now, a lot of bands at the moment are kind of riding the whole vinyl being back in vogue. You guys changed it up a bit. You released a live record on audio cassette. Of all the mediums, why audio cassette?
We like the way it sounds. We like the nostalgia of it. I have a fucking big tape collection.
I like the notion of having to work to find music. You know, like
Totally.
I didn't find all the bands I like listening to the radio. Not that your radio station doesn't suck or whatever this is, but
And it's such a personal thing, you know?
Well, yeah, but I mean,
so
like,
many fans that have come up to us and said, "Yo, man, on the way to work, I only have a cassette player, and I listen to that shit every morning."
when you find that
And it's,
band that
like,
you've been like
sick.
scouring through the record shop for hours for, and it's like the best record, that feeling is better than anything to me.
Now, the other thing that I wanted to ask about is your album cover has potentially the creepiest artwork I've ever seen. What is going on?
Raymond Pettibin did that, a good friend of ours, who also did the Black Flag bars and a lot of Black Flag flyers and work. And it was such an honor to have him work with us. And I don't know, it's rad. I love it.
The coolest guy. We were playing baseball inside of his Venice like art studio,
Yeah.
and looking through his art, like, yeah, which one do we want for the album cover? And it was this, you know. It just worked out. Rad dudes, rad.
And also, we're putting the kids onto something that, on a hopefully a big level that they weren't ready for. A skeleton in the closet, you know. Like,
Take of it what you will.
yeah.
It has been so good hanging out with you guys and, again, seeing the beverages. Keep them coming.
I didn't know it was that easy to win you guys over, man.
Yeah.
Give
We're-
Australians a drink and they're in love.
Well, that's it. We are turned over very, very easily, please. And we do accept donations of any kind of beer, any kind of spirit. So please, bands, if you're hearing this, please bring us booze. But dudes, enjoy the rest of the festival. I really hope that I get time to come down and see you.
Rad.